Hello my dear learners, welcome to Learn from Home program initiated by Supplementary Volunteer Teachers Organization. So, in this lesson, we will discuss about the topic landforms produced by wind deposition. Within this topic, we will mainly discuss about the 2 points, that is, first one sand dunes and second one Loess. Like in the previous lessons, we have studied about wind deposition. Wind deposition is the process of depositing or settling down the materials brought by the wind. That process is called wind deposition. And wind deposition mainly produces 2 types of landforms. First one, sand dunes, and second one, Loess. And several types of sand dunes are formed by wind deposition. But in this lesson, we will mainly discuss about 2 types of landform, that is Seif or longitudinal dunes and Barkhans or Barkhans. So now let's discuss about the first type of landform produced by wind deposition, that is sand dunes. So it's very important to know what is sand dune. A sand dune is a heap of a sand. A sand dune is a heap of a sand. Heap means like this. Heap of a sand that is formed by the deposition of the wind. And sand dunes are mobile in nature with in direction with the prevailing winds. That means if the wind blows, the sand dunes also moves from one place to another place. And these sand dunes that moves from one place to another place are mobile sand dunes. Mobile sand dunes in Rajasthan are called dhirans. And these sand dunes are few meters high, few meters broad and few meters in length. It depends upon the type of the sand dunes. So let me explain with a diagram. For example, if this is a desert area, deserts are filled with sand. When the wind blows, that means this is the direction of the prevailing wind. So when the wind blows, wind lifts all the dust particles from the desert area and it moves further. But the velocity does not remain same all throughout. As it moves further, the velocity decreases and finally it reaches to a distance where the velocity completely becomes 0. At that time, the material brought by the wind starts settling down and it forms a landform like this. Small heap of sands. And this small heap of sands are called sand dunes. And the same landform, these mobile sand dunes in Rajasthan are called dhirans. So in this lesson, we will discuss mainly about the 2 types of sand dunes. First, we will discuss about the longitudinal or Seif dunes and second, Barkhans or Barkhans. So now, let's discuss about the first type of sand dune formed by wind deposition, longitudinal or Seif dunes. Longitudinal dunes are also called Seif dunes. So before we understand, it's very important to know what is longitudinal dunes. Longitudinal dunes are low but long and narrow. That means longitudinal dunes have low height, it has longer length and it is narrow in width. Ridges of sand particles lying parallel to the direction of the wind. For example, here this is the formation of sand dunes. Wind also blows from this direction. I will explain one later. So before that, let's understand the characteristics of longitudinal or Seif dunes. See, longitudinal dunes have the height extending from 40 meters to 70 meters. That means the height of the longitudinal dune varies from 40 meters to 70 meters. The width of the longitudinal dunes ranges up to 100 meters. And number 3, third characteristics, longitudinal dunes form corridors, small gap or the pass, that is called caravans or gassi in Sahara. Let me explain longitudinal or Seif dunes with the help of a diagram. For example, if this is a desert area, deserts are filled with sand and dust particles, and if the prevailing wind is flowing from this direction, at that time all the sand and the dust particles gets lifted up and it starts moving from here to another place. So when it reaches to the far off place, at that time it starts depositing and forms small heap of sand called sand dunes. And this is the front facing of the sand dunes because the prevailing wind is in this direction. So now let me show you all the top facing of this heap of sand produced by the wind deposition. See, this is the top facing of this particular sand dunes, that is longitudinal dunes. Wind is blowing from this direction. So, as you can see over here, the top part, we discussed before in the characteristics that longitudinal dunes have an average height of this particular height, 40 to 70 meters. 40 to 70 meters. And we studied the second characteristics, that is the length of the longitudinal dunes is few kilometers long. You can see this is the length of the longitudinal dunes, and the width is approximately 100 meters. You can see the width. This particular width is 100 meters. So this type of landform that is formed by the deposition of wind, which looks somewhat like this. See, this is the front facing of the longitudinal dune and this is the top facing of the longitudinal dunes. The height ranges from 40 to 70 meters, width approximately 100 meters, and the length ranges for a few kilometers. And this type of landforms that is formed in the deserts are called longitudinal dunes. So now let's discuss about the second type of sand dune formed by wind deposition, that is Barkhans. So let's understand what are Barkhans. Barkhans are crescent shaped dune. Crescent means you can see over here this particular shape. It's called crescent shaped. So Barkhans are crescent shaped sand dune that face only one wind direction. That means you can see over here this is a Barkhan. Only one side of this sand dune Barkhan is facing towards the wind, whereas the leeward side is not facing towards the wind. So leeward side possesses two horns, this first horn and second horn. So this type of landform, it's called as Barkhans. Let me repeat again. Barkhans are crescent shaped dune that face only one wind direction and possesses two horns in the leeward side. It's called Barkhan. Barkhan is derived from Turkistani word which means hill of sand. Let me repeat. Barkhans is derived from the Turkistani word which means hill of sand. Let us now discuss the characteristics of Barkhans. As you can see the diagram over here, either here or here, you can see that windward slope is gentle. Gentle means it is gently sloping, and it is convex in nature. Whereas you can see over here leeward side is very steep over here. It is steep means it has a very slopy nature, steep and convex in shape. And this type of Barkhans are usually found in Atacama Desert, Kalahari Desert and Sahara deserts. Sometimes big Barkhans are also called as ogres. So now let's discuss about the second landform formed by wind deposition, that is Loess. Loess is German word derived from the German word Loess, which means deposits of fine yellowish grey loam or fine loam. Loess is derived from the German word meaning deposits of fine yellowish grey loam or fine loam. For example, let me explain this detailedly with the help of this diagram. As you can see, this is a picture of Huanghe Basin in China, northern China. You can see over here Gobi Desert. Gobi Desert is located over here. So when the wind blows from this direction, from this Gobi Desert, then all the sand and dust particles lifts up and starts blowing from Gobi Desert towards the far distant places. So when this sand and dust particles goes over here, you can see river Huanghe is flowing over here. It merges into Yellow Sea. So these areas are all the moist areas. So this sand and dust particles goes to the distant place along these banks of Huanghe River and deposits all the sand and dust particles in the moist area, and it leads to the formation of a type of a landform which is called Loess. And this Loess is fertile in nature, and this Loess is most commonly found in Huanghe Basin of northern China. So, my dear learners, I hope you have understood the landform produced by wind deposition. So, we discussed about sand dunes. Under that, we talked about I explained you all longitudinal dunes or Seif dunes and Barkhans, and we discussed about Loess. So, hope to see you all in the next class. Stay safe, stay learning. Thank you.